thunder, Grunt.
Hey, welcome to Mound of Thunder.
Hey! Keanu! He's so cute. He's so cute.
I'm Bob Rose, and I'm here with all of the hosts. We're all back together after last episode, because Huey, you were able to join us.
I was.
I'm here with John Bennett.
Hello, guys.
Huey Hessen.
I'm here.
Rex Anderson.
Hello.
And we all have seen Keanu.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yes.
first, I'm going to ask an opening question, as always.
All right.
I want to go around the table, and I want you to tell me what your favorite Key and Peele sketch is.
Yes, I prepped for this one. I knew this was the question you were going to ask.
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But John, start us off. What's your favorite?
Why do you always go clockwise?
Do you want Rex to start?
Yeah, it gives me time to think.
Rex, your favorite Key and Peele sketch.
I don't know, the first 2/3 of the Urkel one.
The first
They're
2/3?
like, those sketches, they tend to go on a little long.
I don't know, man. That ending's great.
Ending's great. It comes back at the end.
Yeah.
The 2 minutes right before that.
Yeah.
It's always like 7-minute long sketch.
Okay.
It was like 5.
But okay.
But that one, yeah.
The Family
I
Matters
don't
sketch.
watch, like, I think I've watched most of Key and Peele here. That one time we were at your house and we watched like
Oh, okay.
50 random
So-
sketches in a row. So I don't think I've ever watched a whole episode from beginning to end. But
Still,
I've seen,
that's a
like,
great sketch.
I've seen
though.
all
That
the
is a
great
great
ones.
That's a great sketch, yeah. Huey?
My favorite, this is like anecdotally because it's the one that got me into the show, is the one Forrest Whitaker, baby.
Yeah, that's a great
It's just-
sketch.
Go go gaga.
Goo
Dude,
goo
it's so
gaga.
good, man.
It's really weird, too.
It is. It's like...
Like, what's the exact joke of that sketch? I don't
I
really
don't know, man.
besides it being scary. Yeah. It's probably a better horror film than a lot of horror films.
It is.
John.
I like a lot of Key and Peele sketch. Key and Peele.
I think we all-
K and P sketches
sketches.
are my favorite.
Yeah.
A&P.
No,
The
no,
A
no.
and P
I used
sketches.
to shop at K and
They-
P Toys.
They do meta awesomely, and they also do menace, which you don't see a lot in sketch groups.
No.
It's just going dark, and they go dark. Like, I love when they go dark.
And there's always a twist. It's a twist. There's always
Yeah.
like a hook
Yeah.
that goes, yeah.
Just to point out what I'm talking about is the guidance counselor one, where I guess he's a job counselor or guidance counselor. It's not really made clear.
Yeah.
But he has to talk to a puppet, and the puppet is more gangster than the gangster is.
Right.
It's so fucking funny.
Man.
It's kind of like at the end of what is it? What's the one where it's the girl chasing the
I
guy?
was just
after
going to say, Megan, take
Megan.
your jacket.
Megan, your jacket, but it ends in the desert
they're like-
with all the skeletons.
It's like,
Like, I
dying.
never, when I first saw that sketch, I had no idea it was going to go there. Like, I was just like, what? It's just this awesome turn where it's not almost a joke, it's just fucking weird.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of great. I'd say my favorite sketch is probably it's the two gangs and they're like trying to one up each other. Like, the one gets a new hat, the other one comes in with an.
Oh, the hat gag one?
The hat
Oh, my
gag, and then the guy comes in with like a woman stitching a hat on a sewing machine attached to his head.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, like that whole sketch. I think that might be my favorite gag because I was not expecting it at all.
Yeah,
It just went to a new place. Anyway, so now we're gonna talk spoiler-free review of Keanu. I think we're all pretty much in agreement here.
Yeah. I don't want
Like, did anyone dislike it?
No.
No.
It was funny, man.
I loved it.
Yeah, so I mean,
great.
spoiler-free review. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, like, talking positively about it, I know that we're going to be honest right now. We all had a problem when it was over. Like, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Because praising stuff is. You don't have as much fuel.
Yeah. So it's like that. You remember that one scene in the middle? That was good.
That was good.
They did a good job.
Hey,
with
man,
that.
you're all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Those jokes they told, they landed.
Pretty good. I thought, I don't know about you guys, but to me, I think you'll agree the most, John. It felt like it could have been made maybe 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a really
Absolutely.
big compliment to me because I'm not used to seeing a small movie about characters in a comedy anymore.
Yeah.
It's a relief.
Yeah.
God. No superheroes.
Sure.
No fucking buildings falling
Nothing
over.
goes crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, there's
yeah.
tense situations, but it's never, like, bonkers or really, like,
It's
unrealistic
a
at
solid
any
character comedy.
Yeah. And
Like, I really liked the characters. It wasn't just Key and Peele. I really
We
liked
like
them.
those two characters.
Those two
Yeah.
characters, like, they had differentiation,
it was.
and it's their movie completely, and it's not... It's an honest fucking movie for being a weird little cat thing.
Yeah.
The one thing I really like that cracked me up is the cameo.
Well, hold on.
I'm just
hold
saying
on.
All right, we like to go in
Now-
order of this.
No. From this point on, like, we can talk freely. Spoilers. This
Okay.
point on, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Dude,
So, yeah, go ahead.
Anna Faris's bit. That was
Yeah.
the fact that it was Anna Faris.
No, that reveal is amazing.
Yeah,
Because
it's like halfway through the scene.
halfway through the scene, I loved
like,
it in the
they're
house
almost like
party.
about
And I
to
was
leave.
like, oh my
oh my god, it is Anna Faris.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because at first I was like, what is she doing? What is
Right.
happening right now? Is she, what kind of character is she playing? And then,
I love it when you take a scene and it's supposed to be a reveal to the audience at the same time that the character understands it.
right.
Right.
And the fact that they did that just to do the thing that we were all thinking.
Right.
Is that an actress or is that Anna
Anna
Faris?
Faris.
Oh my god.
But I like the fact that he knew, apparently, that it was. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Inherently.
yeah, like the character was aware that they were going in to sell drugs to Anna Faris, but no one mentioned it on screen to us.
Right.
Like, the characters were completely aware of this fact.
That's Anna
Yeah.
Faris. She was
It's Anna Faris.
in a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lost in Translation. She's like, listen, dude.
Did you think
Oh my
that
God.
they served... do you think the joke is served better even though the third act reveal at the end is that Anna Faris isn't exactly dead, like it was all staged?
I think
Don't
it's
you
fine. I
think
don't think
that
it ruins the
if they
joke.
really
Yeah.
killed Anna Faris,
That would be.
this movie would be incredible because they killed a real actor in their universe. There's something about that that's just so like dark that
It was a brutal-
I
I
would have
think-
accepted it more had they killed her
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
killed her.
I think at the moment of that scene, it's sold. I mean, you
Well,
get the
yeah.
joke.
Plus, you
had
don't
to-
want the girl you just fell in love with
Would
to
it
be
be
like
a
a murderer for no
because
reason.
the second she was revealed as a cop, I was like, wait, she did murder a human being?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, it's fine. I think you get the full fledged of the joke right there. It didn't need to just.
Yeah, I
Go
think
on
it was
forever?
necessary to close that loop, but
Yeah.
for me, the fact that there was a loop that bothered me. It feels like everybody told Key and Peele, "I know how your sketches end," and they always ended like weird, bizarre, dark places, and that's their strength. But they're told to be like, "No, make it work, make it figure."
You know what? I'd wager a bet with you. Not that we would know until the DVD comes out, and if we'd ever know. But I think this was their decision.
You think?
I don't think this was a studio thing.
You should bet on $20.
No,
No, that's.
I don't care enough about this to bet $20.
I'll
but
back
I-
it if you want.
Yeah,
If
no,
you
I'm
go,
no, I'm just saying. Like, I think that I see what you're saying, but I think the movie there was an obvious thread throughout this whole movie that they were trying to go back to like action movies of 20 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like
Do
the
you
posters
think-
on the wall.
Yeah.
Let's be,
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
And
It
the
just-
names that they kept.
the
Like,
way it was
the multiple
written
names.
was like a movie 20
Right.
years ago.
But you know how like movies are made now, where it's like they give you a little bit of money to make basically a proof of concept.
Sure, I
and
get
we already
that.
know that they're attached to Police Academy.
Right.
So,
Which I'm
the
more
fact-
excited for now after seeing this.
Yeah, this
Oh,
this
man.
makes me man.
It's
to
very
give them
excited for
$100
Police
million
Academy.
and
Yeah,
then make a
yeah.
Police Academy movie. It's
Yeah.
gonna be incredible.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let them do anything they want. I kind of like that they came out of the gate with a like kind of a movie that's more normal. Like, you know, because it could
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
been some weird like
Oh, yeah,
crazy sketch movie that makes almost no sense.
Like a movie 43.
But they chose
Yeah.
to do this like character movie about these guys who are like out of place in their own culture. It's like,
yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad that they didn't have like some weird backstory thing. Like
No.
one of them was a special forces guy. Or
Yeah, they were just.
Yeah.
Right.
They were
Yeah.
They were
just
just
two
guys.
regular
They were
dudes.
just two regular guys.
trying to get a cat.
One
That's
does
it.
like group counseling, leadership.
Dude, that.
Yeah.
That moment, it was
Oh,
so good. It was
man.
like they're
They're working
communicating.
together and
Yeah.
communicating.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Every moment pays off almost. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. I mean, I know our friend outside the theater said that it should have been cut down some, but I'm trying to think of where I'd probably cut stuff out. I don't know. I kind of liked all the character stuff. Leave
Yeah.
it in. I
I mean,
didn't want it to rush.
Dude, the scene in the minivan where it's all like it's
yeah, that's a long scene.
It's a long scene, but it's so
meaty.
funny. Like
it's meaty as hell. Leave it in.
Yeah. Oh my god!
It took a one-joke premise that would have been a throwaway gag in any other studio film.
Yeah.
It would have just been like, oh, they heard the George Michael song and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like,
This
that's
one-
funny. And this is like, no,
Yeah.
this is why it's funny. And it's like, really dig
It's
into
real.
why.
Yeah.
And like, try to take it apart and show George Michael in a few different lights. And like, dude, like, god damn, there's a lot of George Michael in this movie.
They really drove home the George
Yeah, man.
Michael thing, and they didn't back
It's
off.
amazing how much of it works.
Dude, the
too.
drug
This is
trip-
like, this could have been dumb as hell.
When he's
you
in
know?
the music video
Yeah,
for
they-
Faith.
Oh
my god!
Yeah.
They
That's
do
amazing. It was so good.
Yeah, I read some reviews before seeing this. I shouldn't have, but I read some reviews that said it was unfocused. I didn't see any of that.
Really?
I felt it was focused
Yeah.
as hell. I mean, the characters, it's a straight through line
There's a
with
very
everything
clear,
happening.
like these people, like
There's a
multiple
clear
people just happen to
objective.
love this fucking cat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think it becomes clear if you're paying attention to the main characters, which if we're all sympathetic towards Key Peele's character, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
this
yeah,
movie,
yeah,
absolutely. We
definitely.
love those guys, but if you were watching the other characters, do you think there was any other characters in the film that was as rounded as anybody else?
No.
No.
But that's fine with me. I didn't
Yeah,
mind
that's fine.
that.
It's comedy.
I mean, they all-
How many, John,
They'll
how
play
many,
their-
like, 90s
you know.
movies have we seen where that's exactly the case? You know, I mean, like...
Well, usually you get
you
like
know-
an antagonist that could be like, you go,
I felt
okay,
the group had its own personality in and of itself. The one that was in the car, that
Yeah,
group,
and
that
that-
group. It wasn't individuals, but that group had a
yeah,
mentality.
they
Right.
did.
They did,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I cared what happened to those people.
yeah, I'm
as a
glad
whole.
none of them died.
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
like I
yeah.
was happy they didn't get shot. I was actually afraid they were all going to get mowed down.
Me too. And they.
So that means something. The fact that I was afraid that they were going to get killed in the
Sure.
NC and they didn't.
I
and
didn't
I was
know
happy
my.
about
I
it.
didn't know my dad.
Right,
It's like-
right.
They don't really get a main antagonist because Luis Guzman's introduced like an hour in, and
Yeah.
he's only in there for like 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
I thought he
that's-
was kind of wasted, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And he's
I mean,
Louis
He might be
Guzman.
the only
So
criticism
I'm
I
saying,
have.
yeah, if it's
Yeah,
not
that's
focused,
true.
it's probably in that area, like where they introduce the other drug lord.
Far
and,
from
like, they
detrimental,
all-
though.
Yeah,
Far
yeah.
from
No,
detrimental.
absolutely.
So it's like,
Yeah.
And it even makes
it's enough
sense.
to build up like a big third act
Like,
without
yeah.
weighing it down with a ton of extra exposition. Where
Like, they
this
could
guy
have
comes from,
introduced
stuff
him
like that.
earlier, but...
Yeah,
They could have.
doesn't-
But like, it makes sense. Like, he is like related to the guy who gets killed in the beginning,
Sure.
who knew who had the cat. And it was like
Right.
the family cat and all sorts of shit. So it sort of makes sense, but it does seem sort of like
This is
extraneous.
I want to ask you
Yeah.
a really weird question, which I don't know if any of you are going to answer or care about, but the two Allentown Boys
Yeah.
reminded me so much of Suburban Commando.
Oh my god,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
with the
the Ultimate
dusters.
Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dusters.
I was
yeah.
thinking Boondock Saints when they walked
Okay,
in. Instead of the
that-
Catholic, you know,
that-
the,
it was a
the
cross
Irish
between,
Catholic
like,
shit going
yeah,
on.
The
in the
Suburban
background.
Commando Bounty Hunters and Boondock Saints
Yeah.
and The Matrix. That's what I was thinking.
It's exactly that.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
I kept thinking Suburban Commando. They're just like these mysterious bounty hunters or
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
were kind of the main villain. Like,
I
sort
guess
of.
they were, but
They're just kind of like the anomaly.
It was like
they were
having
the
the
anomaly.
Boondock Saints in this movie existing separately. That
But
they
they,
just
dude, they were
sort
like
of kind
the
of-
Undertaker.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
they were like the things from a hobo with a shotgun.
Yeah, sort
They're
of.
like
They were
almost supernatural bounty hunters that just
for a
show
second,
up.
I thought that's where the movie was going to get weird.
Me
when
too.
they shot him down,
And they
I thought that
Right.
they were going
They
to
were like
reveal
immortal or
themselves to
something.
be like aliens or some shit. I was kind of happy they didn't, though. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I would have been happy if it went weird, but I'm
well,
kind
it's
of
sort
happy it
of at the
didn't.
post-credit sequence. After taking like 20 bullets apiece, they both still sit back up.
That's true.
And are fine.
Major spoiler there.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget, they're killed in front of a non-operational rocket fire explosion machine that is
In a factory.
that is never turned on, which I respect and love.
It's
They just let
amazing.
something weird just lie there.
They
God
had a
damn
whole
it.
scene in a fucking rocket fire explosion manufacturing plant.
And not
That is
not
so
to mention
weird.
they double down too.
Yeah.
They put the sign out front, so you go, oh, that's the rocket fire
Something's going to
explosion.
happen. Nothing happens.
Nothing
with
happens.
it.
It's
There's a deleted scene or
Do you
something.
think it's a studio note? Like, come on, who's gonna put that in a factory?
Or maybe it was something insane. Was like the whole thing with Deadpool, where it was supposed to be a giant gunfight. They got a budget cut, and they just cut the gunfight and made it like a joke.
Right.
This might have been something that was supposed to be something.
like
and-
giant thing, and then they
Yeah,
just cut it.
yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, it was
didn't need
awesome.
it.
It didn't matter. Yeah, it's like
It didn't need it at
Yeah.
all.
I just love the inherent weirdness of just not doing something
Yeah,
with something
totally. It's
directly in the scene, you know?
Here's the thing: is in the end, it's a really honest movie. From where it's advertised, like I was expecting it to get weird, but it's really an honest movie.
yeah.
I went in expecting something, and I kind of got it, but it was kind of better than I thought it'd be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I was expecting kind of a harmless, like, date movie almost.
Yeah,
But it was funnier than that. It's like a sense of humor that I don't typically see in a movie like this.
don't see it in
Where
a
it's
theater,
either more
man.
stonery or it's more, mainstream.
Yeah.
This had like a genuine sense of humor that I'm not used to seeing. That is very effective and not really as it didn't remind me much of
And it didn't.
anything. in
Yeah,
particular,
yeah.
We
you know
said
what
in
I
the
mean?
car too.
It's
Like
very
I
unique
think this
in
is really
its
important
voice.
because you kind of said Pineapple Express, which
Mm.
I see the comparison.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plot.
I can get
More
The
behind
than
that.
plot and everything, and the action movie with stoners
Right.
type of thing. Even though these guys weren't really stoners,
Yeah,
I mean, one
it's
was.
kind of a little.
But this did not in any way feel like an improv movie to me.
No.
This felt like a written script
Yes.
that
Yeah.
was really streamlined in character. So,
You know,
I mean,
like,
that's great.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
I miss
comparison-
that. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah.
Like,
The comparison to Pineapple Express always seems really good because like that had such real, like they just seem like real people in a situation that is insane.
they shouldn't be in the situation.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just that's exactly what this felt like. Just a
Yeah.
very just regular. They feel
This
like
felt
regular
less,
guys.
This
yeah.
felt like less of a parody, though. Like, I like Pineapple
Oh yeah, no,
Express,
I agree,
but
but it
it's
does
very-
feel.
That's a parody
Yeah,
where it's
yes.
just,
honking its nose.
This is
a
its
lot.
own thing.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
This
I
has
agree.
a grounding to it.
Yeah,
I'll give this even more than that. Is that it was Pineapple Express, but inherently in the film, there's this brotherly love between the two guys.
yeah.
That was so genuine.
Yeah.
And the heart of it, man,
Mhm.
there's not that much heart in a comedy like this.
And it's never
usually.
called into question either, which is
No,
nice. Like
no.
they're not driven apart by anything, even though they're split up once in the movie. It's not like no one's trying to turn them against each other
Yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like
They're
they're
just,
just two guys that
They're
nobody really
like-
seems to give a shit about.
Yeah,
like,
there's no like invented
through it together.
conflict. Right?
yeah,
right.
yeah.
nothing's contrived. Nothing felt like
their arcs
which
are
is
out,
crazy for something.
their
like
arcs are
gang
outside of
activity
their
and shit,
relationship
Yeah.
completely. One
Yeah.
had the wife arc,
yeah.
and then he had the kitten arc.
The,
Really,
the kitten and being dumped arc.
well, it really
yeah.
is the kitten because the kitten comes along. He falls in love with the kitten because he is dumped.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
really, that
yeah.
they both have an arc, but it's external to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're just two best friends. You accept that completely. And I think the fact now also, you got to give it though that the fact that we accept it so much is because it's Key and Peele.
True.
Yeah.
They have
It's
history.
easy to
built it
accept
up
that
over
they
years.
love each other.
It's just
'cause
history, yeah.
We already have seen them together. We know
but
that
they
they're
work
like
effortlessly together.
together. They're
too.
perfect
Like,
together. This is a great team.
Yeah.
It
They're
is
such
a great
I hope
team.
they never have a falling out because they're just really fucking awesome
They're
together.
really good
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Police Academy.
Yeah, now that I mean
Like,
that's going to be insane.
Did you
Yeah.
Did you think that the other big characters, like Rob Corddry's character,
Rob
Rob
Corddry,
Corddry.
Robbie Bell,
Robbie, what's his name?
Hugh Bell.
Hugh Bell, sorry, Robbie Bell and Will Forte.
Will Forte, I loved.
Oh
Will
my-
Forte,
he was
man,
That was
that
great.
He
just
sold
the
that.
vocal
Yeah, yeah.
affectation.
I mean,
that
yeah,
chose
he
to
didn't
do.
have much to do, but he didn't need much to do.
Yeah.
He just needed that. He just needed to be this
Yeah.
asshole that, well, yeah. you get,
Ends up halfway in
It's
the belly of a
insane.
boat.
that might be the most ridiculous thing that happens in
That's
the movie.
yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
the most
yeah,
yeah.
ridiculous thing. I mean, yeah, Rob Hugh Bell, he wasn't really used, but I think that was like almost like, we have this part. Do you want to work? It wasn't like a underwritten thing.
I think
He was just a guy that was supposed to hit on his wife.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no.
I think it was a deleted scene because
There might be a deleted scene.
Yeah.
I can buy
There might
that.
be
There's
deleted,
nothing
but
that really-
I don't think it hurts anything. And
connects the beginning to the end, other than him driving off and driving back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's-
just motivates what he does at the end. It
Yeah.
gives him the same kind of closure that.
it's not a Rob Hugh Bell showcase. It's not
No,
like Children's
it is not.
Hospital or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Don't go looking for that. But it's fine. I mean, you know, they had to cut something.
That was enough. Yeah, it's like, was that?
They
story
left
gonna
in
be
the good
hilarious?
stuff.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't need to see his. I know what happened. He hit on his wife. Okay,
And then
that's it. I mean,
He
I don't.
got hit.
They should have cut that. You know,
Right, right.
I'd rather have the character stuff with the two of them. So
Yeah, and her reaction really sold it.
I need you to
As
fuck me
opposed to-
right now.
Yeah.
Just fuck her
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
great.
Yeah.
That was great.
it was it's relatively
It's
tight.
It's a relief to see a movie like this.
Yeah, I'd rather see like brief and leave a little to the imagination than over-explain it.
Yeah.
I just want more movies like this.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I hope this is like we see a resurgence. There's like not so many not good comedies, or they're like formulaic comedies we see. So this is a pretty good, nice
Nice return to form.
Nice, yeah, a breath of old air.
Breath air.
I'm saying, man, like the
Breath
whole
air.
time, I felt like it was 20 years ago. I could have seen this movie when I was a kid with my dad in the theater.
Yeah.
You know? It's just they're referencing movies that from 20 years ago. The amount of New Jack City in this movie.
His name was New Jack. It was Keanu,
Right.
New Jack, and
yeah.
I don't remember the other one.
Iglesias.
Iglesias, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who directed this directed most of the skits, or all of them, maybe.
Right.
He's definitely, I mean, the whole thing is pretty well versed in film, if anything.
Yeah.
And you know, it
really
looked
is.
remarkably good for how low budget.
Yeah,
it really
it looked good.
It looked.
Oh,
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not trying to do anything fancy, but it's still, that's good, you know?
I hope that this movie does really, really well. Because I want to see more movies like it.
I feel like by all of us saying that, we're just dooming it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course,
The biggest bomb of the year.
yeah.
Nothing
Like,
costs that much.
I think they have a pull, though. I think
Next
the
up.
Key and Peele, regardless of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
premise, them is just enough to sell this movie.
Yeah. I think
I
it'll
just
make
hope
a
Civil
profit.
War doesn't steamroll it.
It's a good
God.
thing it's coming out a week
That was a
ahead.
completely different movie.
Yeah, oh man, just like totally different.
What
Yeah.
about the cat?
God, that cat was
The
really
cat
cute,
was
man.
completely adorable. What do you want?
Adorable cat.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
glad they didn't make the cat do something crazy. Like, they didn't
No.
have him driving the car or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no toonses or anything. I didn't think that was going to happen. For some reason, I never got that from the trailer.
No, me neither.
I thought it was just going to be the cat as a cat, and he's in insane situations, and that's pretty much what it was.
Or the cat was some sort of like 9 Lives cat, which goes from family to family, fucking their lives up or
Yeah.
something. Like this cat has a sinister like
Right.
that would have been
Diamond cat.
that would have been like a Camp Peel sketch if the cat turned out to kill everybody, and then the cat's like standing over everybody's grave.
But you know what? Then I think if it did that, as much as I would love it, I'd be into that, then this would probably have way less of a chance of being popular.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, the way they made it, I hope that went through their mind is we got to keep this on the ground so that people actually, the masses can stick to this.
Yeah.
Because if we go with that left turn where we're in the desert with a bunch of skeletons,
Sure.
we're going to lose
I mean, the
everybody.
weirdest meta joke was the kitten still being a kitten at the end of the movie.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
Just like a cute joke, and
Yeah.
that was that.
it's not even
Well,
a
no,
terminal disease. It's
Yeah.
just the kid
And
looks like a kid.
The only time the movie really got truly fucking weird is like the dream sequence. Or the drugs.
when the cat spoke with Keanu's voice.
Yeah, it's
and
Keanu
being
Reeves.
excellent to
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other. Dude,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah, which I read actually today, knowing we were going to see it, that he found out from his publicist about the movie. He didn't know about the movie, Keanu, and they were like, and he was like, "What?" And he's like, didn't know they were making it because he's shooting John Wick 2.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he called them and was like, "What do you want me to do?" And he couldn't come here, so they were like, they had him go to a sound recording studio and record those lines
That's awesome.
for
that's
this.
crazy.
Yeah, so that was all
That's
done in
great.
post. They didn't plan for that dream sequence. They did it all later
wild.
because Keanu found out and was like, "I want to be a part of it."
All the Matrix stuff. The
yeah,
sound.
the
This
music,
is
the
so
music
good.
from the Matrix and
Oh my
everything.
God.
The fact that you heard the little, like, just the ramp up. Not
Oh,
even,
yeah.
like, the full song. God damn it. That made me laugh so hard.
That's
Oh,
so
man.
good.
Hmm.
I would
even
love
had
to
the
know what
green
I would love to
tint.
know what Keanu thinks of the movie.
Yo, man, I'd love to know that.
He probably loves it.
Oh, I'm sure.
How can you not?
No.
You can't not love it.
It's got a samurai sword in
It's
it.
basically
Interference with the fucking samurai sword.
They added that in post too.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole
Feel
thing
appreciated.
is
It used to be a flashlight.
the whole thing's inspired by John Wick.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that
Yeah.
that they made a comedy inspired by a movie that was a hit, but it was kind of came out of nowhere? Like, John Wick's not even that old,
No.
and you have this weird response comedy to it.
Yeah,
You know?
because it all, yeah.
It's just this weird. It's
That's
like
right. Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
just not that old. It's this response to that movie. It's just weird.
That is
It's
weird.
great, but it's like
Yeah, no.
okay.
That's
I
another.
guess they really love John Wick.
That's another thing that I love is that
Yeah, I know.
when they went to the Gangster World, it didn't turn into like crazy Gangster World. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't like a hotel where assassins live and they had to stay at that hotel. It was kind of grounded, which I think helped everything.
Yeah, Cheddar wasn't that ridiculous. I
No.
thought Cheddar was going to turn out to be nuts.
Yeah.
But he was actually just
Like a gangster.
a gangster. He was good. I mean, he was good. It's just
Yeah.
he wasn't like a silly caricature. He was just
Yeah.
a gangster.
Like if anything, the caricatures came just from Key and Peele. Like they're
Right.
all they have is caricatures, so they're just
Right. Well, in their world, it's like Will Forte is their drug dealer, who's like goofy fucking white dreadlock guy, and then they
lives with his mom.
Actual gangsters just being normal gangsters is fucking scary as hell to them. So
right.
It works better than it being.
I love the bit where they're
over the top.
They're working out what their voices are going to be. Like they can't talk like they normally talk. And they're just debating what they sound like. That bit killed me. It was just...
The verbal moments in the movie where it killed everybody.
Yeah.
That's when everyone was laughing. I was paying attention to when everyone actually busted a gut.
Yeah.
It's all come from verbiage.
Yeah.
From people just talking. And it's usually the two of them playing off each other.
Yeah.
They sound like
a
John
normal
Ritter
comedy would have just like set pieces where it's like, oh, he puked in the toilet and dropped his fucking wedding ring in it.
No, it's almost all the comedy comes from them talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
It's a movie where jokes are written that are good and appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, this is a solid movie.
That's a solid script. It's a really solid script. Like, it didn't need, like... I read some reviews that were like, they kind of castigating them for going to a strip club, and it wasn't like that big of a deal, and I was like...
They cut away from the nudity almost instantly. It's literally like the least amount of nudity I've seen establishing a strip club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like there's the opening the door, and it's just like there's one boom. It's like, okay, we're in a strip club.
Yeah.
It's like as economical as you could get.
Right.
It was just an establishment shot.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It wasn't like, here's some titties forever.
Right. So I've seen plenty of action movies in the 90s where it's just like, here's the strip club scene. It's 10 minutes long for no fucking reason.
Right.
How are you gonna
We're in Vegas. It's go, baby.
How are you gonna get the producer's girlfriend in this movie?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, please go see this. You probably didn't listen this far because all the spoilers, but see this movie, support it.
Take that money you saved from stealing Batman versus Superman and spend it on this.
This is like the reverse Batman versus Superman for me, because the more I think about Batman versus Superman, it makes me...
we had to bring it up, didn't we?
It gets worse.
We couldn't bring it up.
It gets worse for me, and I get angrier, but this, the more I'm thinking about what I just watched, I like it more.
I like it more just talking about it than thinking about it.
Does it swing the needle back?
I don't know, man. That was a hell of a hit to my psyche for... We'll get there.
The instrument is broken on the table. There's no needle anymore. Mercury is all over my hands.
I mean, we all said for like an hour and a half screamed about how Batman vs. Superman had no heart. And I gotta say, like, this movie has so much heart. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just
the amount of heart in this movie.
The relationships.
Absurd.
Oh god, it's so good. Yeah.
It's just
It's
a
not
sweet.
ridiculous. It works.
No, I'm saying ridiculous level. Like there's a lot. It works, and it's like it's just a sweet movie.
Yeah.
They kill
I was not expecting
two people, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
they're best friends.
And that's like a hilarious moment when they kill those two guys. Oh man,
it's a sweet movie, and that's probably the best thing I can say about it. Do you guys have anything you want to say before we finish up? Any last thought?
No, I think we pretty well covered it.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's going to be positive, probably, that we say.
Give them all the money that they ever ask for.
My God.
That's amazing.
Really, this is...
I mean, I'm so excited about Police Academy now.
Yeah.
I was so nervous.
Me and you are already Police Academy fans.
Yeah, I love Police Academy.
So to think Key and Peele will do it.
How problematic doing a police comedy is in 2016.
You don't hate Police Academy. I'm just saying me and John
it's been like 20 years since I've seen a Police Academy movie.
I'm not telling you to watch it, but I love it now as an adult still. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
Let me ask you something. Are you going to tear up a little bit the first time you hear that score again?
Yeah.
Oh man.
The score is going to happen, and they're going to be in charge of stuff, and I can't wait to see what the characters they create are. Are they going to use the same characters? Is it going to be in the same universe? Like, what are they doing? I don't know.
Oh man, yeah.
They got to come up with new characters.
They have to.
And I think
I'd be fine if it was in this just a continuation.
That would be cool.
You know,
like a reboot-ish.
But it's still like like Captain Lassard existed. You know,
exactly.
Like that kind of thing.
Right.
Man, God, who could they cast? Like Alan Arkin is like or something, man. It'd be awesome. They could. Oh
Jesus.
There's so many. Stacy Keach.
Stacy Keach.
Oh, there's so many options.
It has to be somebody sweet because it's Commandant Lassard. So.
Right. There's only one George Gaines.
Yeah.
He's irreplaceable. So I would be mad if they recast Commandant Lassard. Like they should just have another. You know.
Yeah, but if a studio's making it, it'd be Fred Armisen. You know what I mean?
That's still kind of be funny.
Yeah, it'd still be funny, but
as long as he's not like in old man makeup.
They would put him in old man makeup.
Definitely put him in old man makeup.
Oh yeah, I don't think he does anything else anymore.
They would let him age into the makeup.
That's right, he's on Kimmy Schmidt and Old Man
Yeah,
makeup.
in documentary now, he's in old man makeup.
Either way, look, after this,
depending
I'm going
on
to
the
say
episode.
I'm going to walk into Police Academy fully trusting whatever they do. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just such a well-written script. I think that's the most surprising thing. I didn't think I would come out of Keanu saying, God, that script was good.
It's tight as fuck. It's tight as a drum.
Yeah, it's tight as a drum.
Funny fucking drum.
It's
like,
it's a
jokes.
character piece out the ass. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Moves in
improv. There
super
wasn't
nice
a
clip.
lot of improv.
There probably was some improv, but this was not an improv movie.
But what I'm saying
It's not a
is
Judd
so
Apatow movie.
well
No, it's not.
structured, well structured comedy. Like each scene had a comedic beat and they hit it.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like there's so many goddamn Judd Apatow comedies. Like that's all there is now.
I like some Judd Apatow
No, I'm not saying they're
comedies,
bad,
yeah.
but it's just like that's.
It's a feel that we're overrun with.
Yeah,
And this felt like it was like the comedy renaissance of the 90s era type character, not big budget. This is like, God, how much do you think this costs? Like 40 million, 50, 60,
I
something
would
around
say
there?
in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Which, great, make more movies of that budget. Christ. We don't need $100 million for everything. Just...
And probably most of it was on delicate cat CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Man, that's a cute cat.
It's
Yeah.
insanely
It's
cute.
it's-
And like
it's
the
painfully
interactions
cute.
that he had with it, like it would give him like high fives and shit. It was awesome.
Give him little headbutts. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's also, I think it's important to say, like with the posters and the movie itself, and with like the cat pictures, there's this like there's this kind of stream of movie lover in this movie.
Yeah.
They really love movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's apparent how much Key and Peele. I mean,
Totally.
You watch the show and you can tell
You can
how much
tell,
they
yeah.
love movies.
Yeah.
They
I
love.
mean, these scenes
movies.
have pastiches that are very clear
Very
references. Like, there's Beverly Hills Cop at the end.
Sure.
100%. You know what I
100%,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the beginning is
They even
the
used this-
Matrix bank scene.
That's
Yeah.
the same mansion, isn't it?
It looked very
so
It looked
similar
like
to
the mansion from
last
Crank 2.
That's
almost.
exactly what I was-
That's what I thought it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Well, they shot in
Lethal
LA and
Weapon
they shot
2,
at
was that
British
the one with
Columbia.
The guy in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that?
But that was the hotel.
Oh,
I
shit.
think. Yeah.
But they were doing
House
that
on
and they
Stilts.
succeeded.
Yeah.
The pastiche thing, they succeeded.
Yeah.
You know. And they did it in a different way than I'd say, like Edgar Wright, totally successful in what he does,
Mhm.
but they pastiche this in a completely different way. It's like subtle.
Yeah, it's not as blunt as
It's
Hot,
not.
Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is like really
But
blunt.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Hot Fuzz is excellent, but
It's
it does it
literally,
a
like,
completely
super on the
different
nose.
way.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
different way of doing it. It's almost like a subdued, like under the skin type of pastiche.
I agree.
You know? Yeah.
They usually just come out of nowhere in this one. Whereas,
Yeah.
like, Hot Fuzz, it's like,
Overt.
now
It's-
we're in
yeah.
Point Break.
Deal with it.
Yeah, we're actually doing lines from
Yeah,
Point
yeah.
Break.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, man, so many comedies that go to parody. Fuck, do they spend so much time trying to get the parody accurate rather than funny?
Mhm.
And it drives me fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's like all the epic movie, date movies, stuff
Well,
like that.
that
It's just
that's
like,
not even.
Remember
don't,
this?
Don't even mention those,
Yeah,
man.
it's-
Here's a picture of something you remember. It's a joke.
Next to something that is just as outdated as what he's holding.
It's like,
You know?
Well,
Monica Lewinsky
Yeah.
joke or something.
Jesus. Fucking Zima jokes. And it's like 10 years after the fact of Zima.
these
God
guys are.
damn
You know
it.
what? I gotta say they kind of did something too that not every sketch show has successfully done. Is they made a good movie from, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
their
yeah,
first
yeah.
movie out. I mean, like I love like Brain Candy is a great comedy, but I know that almost destroyed them. You know, we know what
Yeah.
happened with Mr. Show.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
4 versus 1 when
True,
it came to Kids
true.
in the Hall.
And it's a great movie. It's funny as shit, but we know what it destroyed them for a while. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, and like what happened with Mr. Show's movie, they disowned it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so these,
they didn't get either the budget.
we're
or
not going to
the-
talk about the
Okay,
whole thing.
but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that a synergy
Yeah.
like Key and Peele.
I don't want to talk about this for
The
too
Key
long.
and Peele guys, those guys are so solid together.
Yeah.
They're almost a unimind. And the fact that they wrote this movie is just a testament to the success that they were probably going to have for years and years.
Yeah, I can only hope, man, because they're just
Yeah.
so.
I am
it's
jealous
tight.
of them in the most positive way. Like they're just fucking talented, man.
Yeah.
I wish
They're
I-
really talented.
I want them to get a Marvel movie. I really do.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, 'cause-
like a Howard the Duck. That would be amazing.
Key and Peele's
Dude,
Howard
with
the
the
Duck.
Yeah,
God damn,
guys, man. The Russo brothers, they directed Community, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, comedy directors.
They also directed You Mean Dupree. I mean,
yeah,
you never know where things are coming from.
Yeah.
So.
but they understand action beats. They understand comedic beats. They can make a funny action movie.
We do Star Brand and Night Mask.
And with that, I think we'll end
Yeah.
with that comment. Jesus.
Christ.
We'll see you at a Marvel movie next.
Yep.
Yeah,
See you
I
at
think
the
next
Marvel
thing we're
movie.
going to be doing is Civil War. So
When Huey hands me a $20 bill.
When you hand me a
that's
$20
right.
bill,
Anyone
sir.
listening that
Okay,
we
let's
have
restate
Yes.
the bet.
Okay.
Okay. You think that
Tony
Tony
Stark-
Stark, Iron Man,
We'll be dead
will be dead
at the end of Civil War.
at the end of Civil War.
Yes.
And I say
That he
will not.
I think it's going to be dead, but they're going to inspire hope in some way. They won't bring him back, but they're going to be like, some sort of post-credit sequence will be like somebody showing up or it's like some technology turning on somewhere. It just like says back up Stark dot whatever the fuck, and we'll see. But I think he's going to die.
Why do you think his body's going to inspire hope? Were they going to plant a tree in his chest?
Look, man, I'm just saying, like Doctor Strange will
There's a
show
nice big
up.
hole in there.
Yeah, man.
if he does no. Now I am
Oh my God.
I'm on Team John here. I'm with you, John. I don't think Tony Stark's going to get killed, but if he does, Doctor Strange is totally bringing him back.
Yeah.
There's no way that's not.
I'll be on Team Huey then. We'll draw a line
Boom.
down the middle.
Yeah, so
I think
the
he's gonna die too.
Mound of Thunder is split down the middle with Civil War. This is our own personal Civil War.
Yes.
We're gonna find out.
Emphasis on
Team
civil.
John Bob.
Team John Bob, Team Huey.
Extreme de-emphasis on war.
Yeah, right.
Enough of that going on as it is.
Jesus God.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll next time you hear us, we'll know who
Yeah,
owes who
we'll
owes
know.
who money,
And then we'll
and
tell
we
you.
will have the exchange of
At this table.
services at this
very
table.
table.
Services.
Which is the $20 and any physical things that you guys worked out.
Get some bottle service at this
Yeah,
table.
yeah. Well, yeah, among other stuff,
Why is
All
it?
right, man.
some mail servicing.
gonna
All
happen.
right,
Oh my.
Keanu, Keanu, go see it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fad test.
Bye.